We are just on the bone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's on the way.
All right. So be.
No, he's not only saw me, so he already signed it.
Chorasi on mute. Don't worry about me. I got somebody there.
I'll go ahead. Get with it.
Somebody there. Chorasi.
I bet.
Diamond Slanga.
Yes, James.
We did not hear what former President Weah said.
Yeah, I too didn't get what former President we have said because we're jostling for a position. But what we can reliably inform you of is that former President Weah, according to our sources, the breaking news here is he has signed the bond for those four lawmakers. That is what we've been informed of. So our crew at the Monrovia Central Prison can go live. So Cholople and his team can go live right now. That is what we've been told, that former President Weah has signed the bond. That's what we've been informed of, and he's now leaving. So once those who are committed are brought,
Senator.
Mm-hmm.
so that's what we've been informed of, and once they come to the court, we will see what the next process will be. That's why he was here. He went into the courtroom and he reportedly signed the bond for the four lawmakers. James, that's what we've been told. James, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
We do see, okay, this is not the vehicle of the CDC chairman, but former President Weah has now left the grounds of the Temple of Justice, and we are waiting for the arrival of the four incarcerated lawmakers. So, folks, if we're still live, kindly, and we're still in the feed, kindly leave a comment so that we are aware. But former President George Weah has departed the grounds of the Temple of Justice here. as well as the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, Alexander Benedict Cummins. He arrived earlier. He shook hands with former President Weah. They had a brief conversation. We were initially told that former President Weah wouldn't have spoken to the press, but he was in a brief conversation. Details of that conversation we want to get and bring to you as well as to what he said. But what we can inform you of is we've been told by reliable sources within the court, and it's yet to be confirmed that former president we assigned a bond there for the four incarcerated lawmakers. Now, the issue of whether this would have been an insurance bond or an indemnity bond or a surety bond, the issue surrounds the cost, because there hasn't been, according to documents that we've seen and lawyers debate, that these four lawmakers, there hasn't been a value attached to whatever property damage that was caused. So how then can there be an insurance or an indemnity bond or a property bond if there isn't value attached? Remember, this is a courthouse, James, and the rest of the folks watching. You don't come to the court with hearsay. You must bring evidence. Who did the assessment? What facts were done? What assessment was done to evaluate the cost of the damage that was caused by the alleged arson act? And that is going to determine what the insurance bond or the property bond value would be. Absence that, we listen to defense lawyers saying, without that argument, a surety bond was what former President Weah, signed in there, because he's a person of reptitude. He's a person of huge regard in this country. He's a former president. He's what, if you want to call it that way, a friend of the court, even though he's not a lawyer or he's not a judge or anything, but his stature somewhat makes him a friend of the court. So if he comes in and signs and say, okay, I guarantee that these people will have their time in court. Our former President George Manuel Weah do sign here. That is surety enough. Remember, he's not only representing himself as George Manuel Weah, he represents the institution as well, the political institution, the CDC. You can even argue that to some extent he represents the face of the opposition, but that is a subject of debate. So he has signed and he's left. As to whether or not with this, there will still be the mass gathering of supporters, whether they will march to the grounds here, we cannot tell. But remember, we spoke with Senator McGill, and he said there is no need. Let the process be the process. Let the law be the law. And he was sure that these four incarcerated lawmakers will be set free today, and they can have their time in court, James.
Okay, Damo, thank you. Let's cross over to the South Beach prison and talk to Chodople to know what's happening. Chodople, good morning. Chodople, good morning. Chodop, good morning.
Yes, morning, James.
What is the latest development from the prison center? I see a group of people gathering.
Here, the place right here at the Monrovia Central Prison, the place remain calm. We have a low key of security presence here, and earlier on we saw the wife of the former speaker, Honorable J. Frantikova, arriving and went in. So the atmosphere basically is just kind, and we saw the former president, subsequently at the type of justice and other opposition figures, but to know whether they will be proceeding here. This is why we are posted to see whatever development. But since this morning we came around 6, 7, this place remains like this. We haven't seen any major political figure come here for anything, and we have been seeing joint security officers though been patrolling around at a low key level. That's far we have been seeing so far, James, at this moment.
Cholople, I mean, you've been at the South Beach. The CDC had announced earlier that they're going to be marching in solidarity with those of the members who have been incarcerated. Have you seen? I mean, besides you earlier on said you haven't seen any high-profile, individual from the CDC there. But what about some supporters from the CDC? Are they there on ground?
Well, we identify supporters in the mood, for example, holding placards or chanting. But since we arrived here this morning, we haven't seen individuals holding placards or chanting that they want to have their leaders free. So to answer your question, we haven't seen any individuals, at that point. So no, like I said, the place remains very kind, and in fact, we have police officers seated, just around or before the Monrovia Central Prison. Uh, at the top there, you have blockade there by officers of the Liberian National Police, making sure whatever vehicle coming in, they will inspect it, ask you where are you going. That's what they have been doing here. But everything is just at the low key
Okay.
low key
Thank
level,
you.
James. All right. So yes, indeed.
All right, Cholo, thank you. We will get back to you. Let's cross over to the Liberia National Police headquarters, where we have Haji Masale and others. Haji, could you please unmute? Haji? Yeah, Yekesi, you can go ahead.
Can you hear me, Jim?
Yes,
Okay.
you welcome. Yekesi, go ahead.
Yeah, so Haji, just tell us what's happening at the headquarters of the Liberian National Police.
Chief, you can hear me now?
What's happening at the Liberia National Police headquarters?
Okay, so we are positioned here. I'm here with Rose Makiwa. You can see the court workers are being arranged to enter the court here, and some going to the police station to address some other issues with the police. But right across the road here, you will see some partisans of the Congress for Democratic Change. They are already positioned here, but we have Adu Kanen, who has been here since this morning, along with some partisans. We'd just like to talk to him just briefly. Adu, you are here again today. What do you expect from the court?
We expect the court as a separate branch of government to use the law to come up with the best decision in line with the law. So we expect the court to use their own judgment. They shouldn't be influenced by the executive. They should go by what the law says.
If we talk about best judgment, what is that best judgment?
What is good for the law? The police are charged our leaders and forward them to court.
Damo.
Yes,
We just saw the arrival of the CMC political leader, Representative Bility.
Damon, are you there?
Damo, you have to unmute, please.
yes, James, what was your question again?
We witnessed the arrival of the CMC political leader.
Sorry. Yeah. Yes, we just witnessed the arrival of Representative Musa Hassan Benete. He walked into the Monrovia City Court, and remember, he didn't comment. He invoked his right not to speak as of the moment, and we're getting mixed information. As we speak to you now, we have sources from all about, speaking to us. But one thing we can confirm to you, though, is that a bond has been approved. As to whether or not former president. We spoke to some legal counsels. They said the former president doesn't have signing power, so it should be the lawyers that should sign. And we're hearing again that it is a property bond. We cannot speak to what the exact information is. That's why everything I say for now, until we hear what comes from in the courtroom, is from sources and it's always unverified. I should make that clear. That is unverified reports that we're getting. At one point in time, we heard that former President Leah allegedly or reportedly signed a surety bond. And now we're hearing that no, it was a property bond, but it has been approved. And we're waiting on the defendants, the Capital Four, to make their way into the courtroom. And we have our reporters stationed in the courtroom, and we will know exactly what type of bond it is, whether surety, whether property, whether insurance. We will be interested in knowing the facts. But from all information that is filtering in, James, is that a bond has been approved. And with that, the tensions that has been brewing might likely subside. We expected tens of thousands to take to the streets. So far, we haven't gotten indications of such. With the arrival and departure of former President Weah and his poster as well, that shows again that somehow, political tensions are coming down and the players are allowing the law to take its course.
Okay, Diamond. So you said Representative Benedict did not speak.
As of the moment he walked into the court, he chose not to speak. Whether or not, and the same was with former President Weah, when he arrived, he chose not to speak. I tried throwing 3 to 4 questions at him. His chief of protocol, Laura Finabondo, said no comment as of the moment. She was using sign gesturing to say he's not going to speak. As of when he exited the court and he greeted the ANC political leader, Alexander Cummins, he spoke to the media briefly. That conversation we, regrettably missed out on, and we cannot say what were the exact words as to what he said, but he then boarded his vehicle and departed the grounds of the Capitol. Whether he will return, we yet to establish that as well.
All right, thank you. Let's find out from Yekasi what's happening. We see a group of men walking the street. Yeah, Haji. Gibson, what's the development? I see you walking with a group of men. Gibson. All right, folks, if you're just joining us, we're trying to get our reporter.
Supporters of the CDC are headed to. Are you there, Haji?
Don't block the road. Stay in the queue. Watch block the last man. Moving towards the center of the earth. Gotta move, Gator. Gotta move. Let go. Amanda! What? Amanda! What? Amanda! What? Yo, my man, control your people. Nobody responds to Okay, police in studio. Because of the tension here, I was not really hearing you from a studio. But these are citizens who were at the LNP headquarters just a moment ago, because they got information that former President George Weah had left the courtyard and headed for either his residence on Nash Street or the CDC headquarters. So when they got that tip off, they decided to walk towards that direction. That's why you see we are moving to either the Nash Street residence of George Weah or the CDC headquarters. And this move is headed by Adu Kane of the youth league of the Congress for Democratic Change studio.
Okay. So is of an official statement to be made by the president? Are you there?
Our freedom of movement without obstructing traffic. Without obstructing traffic.
Okay, so Haji Masale appears to be in the middle of a tense situation there. But you're listening to a special coverage here of the appearance in court of former Speaker Fonanti Kofa and other lawmakers. We understand they should be appearing in court for hearing today at 12 o'clock, according to our reporters. On the field, we have our reporters planted everywhere at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. Haji was there previously. Now he's headed to either the Nam Street residence of the former president or the headquarters of the CDC. We also have Damon at the Temple of Justice, where there have been a couple of officials from the CDC and other opposition leaders. The former president was there earlier on, flanked by the former Foreign Affairs Minister, D. Maxwell Kemia, the former Finance Minister, Samuel Toy, and other officials of the opposition and of the CDC. Senator McGill was also there. The political leader of the ANC was also there at the Temple of Justice. We also have Sylvester Cholople at the South Beach, where the lawmakers will be.
Good.
Daniel, welcome.
What was said in there? When you say your own course, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Because nothing happened.
Have you been given assurances of your colleagues being released today? All right, so thank you. Thank you. Let's see if we can go to Senator McGill quickly. And we have some updates. And for you, we do see, let's see if we can talk to Senator McGill. Senator McGill, morning again. The press, we hear. What developments unfolded in there, sir? You are going to the prison compound now. So the judge has signed the release and the bond. All right, so
Senator McGill, we wanted the public would let them know prior to today, we heard that there will be some badge.
Okay. All right. So you heard it. The judge has signed the release. So they headed to the Monrovia Central Prison, and the lawmakers that are incarcerated will be released. So the information that we have is that former President Weah was assured by the judge that the bond will be signed. He was there, and the judge signed the bond. He did say in that brief conversation that we missed out on that he didn't have signing power. Rather, he was assured by the judge, and the bond was signed. And you listen to Senator McGill, the judge has also signed the release order. So those 4 lawmakers will now be released from the bellies of the Monrovia Central Prison, James and Yekezi.
Okay. Yeah. So, Diamond, that brings the question, the signing process. Was this bond secured by the lawyers or the president?
Let's see if we can speak to Councillor Masakwe quickly. Just for a minute, let's see if we can speak to him quickly. Councillor, good morning, sir. Can you kindly tell us what type of bond was signed in there by the judge?
Oh, we filed a property violation bond.
And in the valuation of how much?
Well, the record will speak for it.
All right. What role did former President Weah play in this entire process?
Well, I think he's making some his policies.
Did the defense put for any motion? Put for a motion for preliminary trial to be, squashed? That they already had preliminary trial with the issue of Thomas Edridge and Eric Sousay. Have you heard anything of such, sir?
Well, we made an application for preliminary examination. We argued it was a point, right?
Yeah.
And the judge said, "Well, it's 12 o'clock today. He will give it ruling."
Okay, so you're not done from here yet.
No, we're not done.
All right, so what type of bond against, just for those who missed out?
Property violation bond.
So you headed to where now?
Monrovia Central Prison.
To get your clients? All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Are you going to bring them here at the court, or you release them to go home?
Well, I guess so.
All right, sir.
I guess so.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Diamond. So can you just reiterate what the councillor said loudly and clearly, so that the viewers and the listeners can hear? Because he was a little bit low. Diamond.
Okay. Yakazi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right. So the Councillor Masakwe said it was a property valuation bond. That is what he said. As to what was the value of the bond, he said the record will speak for itself. So after that, the court record is public record. We'll try to get the court record for today. And I asked him what role did former President Weah play. He said, well, he played the role of being there and providing solidarity. He was clear to measure, not to overestimate the influence of former President Weah, not to make it look as if he influenced the process. So he said he just provided solidarity. Where to next? Councillor Masakwe said he's headed to the Monrovia Central Prison with the release order to have his clients, the Capital 4, released. And I asked him, are they going to be back here at the court? He said, no, they will be released and they will go home. That is what he said. And we told you earlier that we got information that the prosecution, the state, was going to argue to dismiss a motion for pre-trial examination based on the fact that Thomas Edridge and Eric Sousay had pre-trial or preliminary evidence examination, and the court ruled that there was enough evidence to have a case. So the councillor said they've made a motion for for pre-trial examination, and the state had argued, but the judge reserved ruling for 12 o'clock. So for the lawyers, they're not done yet at this place, but for those that have been accused of crimes such as arson, criminal facilitation, criminal conspiracy, reckless endangerment, criminal attempt to commit murder, those 4 lawmakers will be going home, having spent 3 nights behind bars, 1 night at the Liberia Police Headquarters and 2 nights at the Monrovia Central Prison, Yekezi.
Okay, Diamond, thank you very much. So now the lawyers are headed to the South Beach to, take seat of their clients, and that will be it for today.
Yes, so Darius is going to add just a comment based on the political tension that has been diffused. We heard drums being beaten. We will protest. We will be on the street and all of that. But now with the release and all of that.
Hold on a bit. Let's cross over to this to the prison. We see movement there. What's the latest?
Well, these are visitors who have their family members in there going in there. So it is now relating to the 4 lawmakers who have been put into prison. But we are still here, James. Like I earlier said, we still have low security presence. The wife of the former speaker, she came earlier on, but she just departed as well. And family members of those who have been jailed, they continue to go in. They carry food items, and non-food items, showing level of connection. But we see a vehicle coming with representative. Want to know who is in this vehicle? But in fact, this is a convoy arriving here at the Monrovia Central Prison, and let's see who. Okay, so this is Representative Musa Hassan Bedete getting off his vehicle. And we have a number of vehicles in the queue, but let's see what we do. Talk to a Representative Hassan Bedete. We also see. Okay, so lawmakers have started arriving here at the Monrovia Central Prison. We see sheriff and state security. That's joint security here already, and it seems like those 4 lawmakers will now be taking from the Monrovia Central Prison to the court for the trial, and that's what we are seeing here. All right, but we want to speak to Honorable Bedete. Honorable Bedete, how you doing there? What are you here for? Why are you going there? Okay. Okay, so Honorable Bedete just confirmed that they are here to release the 4 lawmakers, including the former speaker. We see Honorable Frank Salfoko and other lawmakers arriving here. I mean, all the lawmakers who were earlier on the Capitol, the Temple of Justice, they are now arriving here, and they are going for the 4 lawmakers who were placed in jail about, 2 days ago, because today is the 3. They spent 2 nights, 2 successful nights here at the Monrovia Central Prison, and today making it the 3. So earlier on, we saw the former president of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. George Weah, going at the Temple of Justice. And after a few minutes or an hour, you have a number of lawmakers now arriving here at the Monrovia Central Prison to release those 4 lawmakers and be headed to the court for the trial. That's what we see here, James.
What we're seeing, the lawmakers are entering now into.
So we continue to see where armed officers, joint security officers here. Yes, James, you were asking.
No, I said we are still with you because yes, we are with you. Continue. We are with you. Continue.
Okay, so we remain posted just before the main entrance of the Monrovia Central Prison, where this place is heavily being guarded by state security officers, where armed. Those lawmakers who have come to release the jailed 4 lawmakers are already in, and Representative Musa Hassan Bedete has told us that they are here to free those jailed lawmakers. So in a few minutes, we should be seeing the former Speaker, the Honorable J. Franti Kofa, Abu Kamara, and the other lawmakers coming out of the Monrovia Central Prison right here in Monrovia. So while that is on, we still see heavy, well-armed security officers just before the entrance of the Monrovia Central Prison. And we told you that earlier on this morning, the wife of the former speaker was here, entered, and after an hour, she came out and departed this scene. But high level registration is here now, but we continue to remain posted and to see those lawmakers being released here from the Monrovia Central Prison.
Do we
So
have supporters?
we also see supporters, loyalists of those lawmakers gathering here just before the Monrovia Central Prison, as you all can see there.
Well, folks, if you're just joining us, welcome. We are bringing you live coverage from the South Beach, where the 4 lawmakers who have been there for days are expected to be released any moment from now. To the play. Okay, so okay, let's cross over to
that is a unique occasion. It shows collaboration between the opposition.
okay, let's cross over to Diamond while Cholo is getting prepared. Diamond.
Yes, James, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Do we have any update? The lawmakers
I'm here with Melvin. Okay. I'm here with Melvin. Melvin is our judicial correspondent. He's got more knowledge when it comes to proceedings here. So Melvin is going to bring us up to date with what unfolded again in the court, what the processes are, and he's going to give us the full 9 yards.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yes. So today, what was expected was the jury, which was filed by the defense lawyer. They filed a motion for jubilation.
Melvin is not really clear. We are not hearing Melvin.
Your Melvin is very low.
You're not really hearing Melvin. Okay, let's step back and do a bit of technical tweaking.
Yes, we're not hearing Melvin.
You can hear Melvin, so that you can hear Melvin. Hello,
Melvin.
You getting me now?
Yeah, better.
Yes, Melvin, you are okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as I was saying, James, what was expected here today is the ruling from the motion filed by the defense lawyer.
So the defense lawyer then filed a motion for preliminary investigations to be granted on to the defendants. But then that motion was being heavily resisted by the prosecutions on ground that the four defendants are also part of who they consider as others to be identified. So on that note, there should be no preliminary investigation, but rather the guys should be added to the already existing defendants that include Thomas Etrick and Eric Cisse. So we expected that we waited today from the Monrovia City Stephanie Maestri, who should have rule as to whether or not the motion by the defense lawyer should be granted. But as it stands, from what we have gathered, James, there will be no hearing on today. Only what was done was the filing of the bill, which was being granted or approved by the court or the judge. And the bill, according to what Damo told you, is a property bond. Yet we are yet to get the full amount that is placed within the bond. So the guys will be released today to their lawyer and they will go home. So we do not expect them here at the court for any other further hearing, but rather we expect to go home as the hearing for today has been postponed and to another date or time, which we will do our possible best to know the stipulated date and time that the hearing will be held. But the same calm has been restored here. Like there was no laws, but you have a huge supporters, you have lawmakers, you have friends, family, whoever coming in to show some respect or whatever. But now everybody attention has been shifted to the central prison wherein the guys will be released and things with the children is posted there to give vivid information from that angle of the central prison. So today there will be no hearing here, and the guys want the prosecution want the full, speaker and the others to be added to RCC or Thomas Etrick and the other guys so that they can jointly continue with the process. But that remains unanswered because the judge is the one who will tell us what law is backing that, whether or not he will grant that or he will, let's say, reject whatever motion that was filed. So as it stands, the one we had Damo, and
Okay.
that's it.
No,
We can, we are still posted here. So
okay.
just in case of any further development, we will have you informed.
Melvin, are you getting me?
I'm very James.
Okay. So you were in the court. What were some reasons given by the court for granting the bond or releasing them today? Were there any reasons
So,
given?
so what happened, James? There were no hearing done. The
Okay.
bond as best practice of proceeding, it can be prepared and taken to the judge for approval, which you don't have for any hearing towards that. It can only be challenged during a hearing wherein a copy will be served on the prosecution team and they will go through it and see how valid it is before they can request for a challenge of the bond. But as it stands, there was no hearing done. It was only prepared, taken to the court, and the judge approved it. So, but probably during the next hearing, we expect the prosecutor to come on Sunday that require another challenging of the bond. Probably they might have so quote unquote problem with it that they want to challenge it. But as it stands currently, there was no hearing to see one claims and counter claims being raised. No, there was nothing like that. Even the former president came, he only entered the court. They were all around. Former finance minister were schools of senators and several other people came and they were just in the court and later on they left. So there was no hearing on today.
Okay, but were there any conditions attached to their release? For example, upon their release, are they allowed to return to section at the lower house?
So as it says, James, they are defendant in their own bail bond. So once you are on a bail bond, number one, you cannot leave already. There's a news flashing that they are issued a lay essay Republican on them, so they cannot leave the country, the period of the country. So they are defending. I don't think in my mind, which I will find out from some lawyers, but I don't think in my mind they are to let's say 10 sessions or go for other function because right now they are 100%, not 100%, but under the custody of the court. so they cannot, do other further stuff like you see the former finance minister, because they are on bill bond, there are certain things they are not doing, which we are observing all the time.
Okay. Is there any seeing or perspectives, for example, from folks around that their release was kind of politically influenced? Is there any talks around like that? Because
Yeah,
we
so
did
that
presence
that was
of
some.
the former president and other officials.
Yeah, so that was something myself wondered this morning, James, when I came, where I heard about the bond and other stuff. So I was like, the crime that this guy was charged for is the same crime that the other defendant that are currently behind bars were charged for. Probably the reason I would say there's a slight difference, or there is something that negated to be giving a bond. So if these guys are being on the bill today, while for the first group that are still behind bar, worry there, qualified to become a bill bomber, which I told myself I found out from few of my lawyers that when I'm in such dilemma, I will normally go and ask as to what's the potential or how is it like, and then I can weigh in on that one whole summit. But as I say, we are not getting that yet, but you will hear it. Obviously, we hear it. Former President King, they have the code, and they don't. Oh, you saw the release of the defendants and other. So obviously, you hear it, James. But as I say, we are still busy here, so we are not really going around the adjustment the conversations around the corner.
Okay. Okay, Melvin, thank you very much. So today, what's next?
We still posted here. Probably something new might come out. We will check in with the prosecution to get our own side. Shortly after we leave from here, and then we will be able to update the different people, because probably they might have their own thing to say the worst thing. Which it will not be swept under the carpet, but it will be brought to light.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, so Melvin is our judicial correspondent. Is Melvin Jackson, our judicial correspondent. Very shortly, we be hearing from the Monrovia Central Prison to know what's happening there. Also at the LNP headquarters, where Haji Masale is posted. There were some supporters of the CDC there. Abdul Khane and others were there earlier on, but we saw them marching toward the Syncope Bell. We were told they head into either the home of the president, there on Nam Street, or their party headquarters. But let's bring Haji Masale on now to hear more from me. Haji, are you there?
So Yagasi Haji is not here. Haji went at the CDC party headquarters. I am here posted at the LMP headquarters. The scene is calm for now. We are seeing police pickups, and the water tank is passing and entering the national headquarters of the Liberia National Police. So there is no tension right about now. We're just seeing citizens and supporters of the CDC and the Unity Party. They are just posted right out here outside of the Liberia National Police headquarters. And we are seeing security forces entering the Liberia National Police headquarters. I am very sure they are coming to be posted, maybe because the incarcerated lawmakers are on their ways. But we are still here trying to capture what is happening right now at the Liberia National Police headquarters.
Okay.
Thank you, Rose.
Rose,
Yeah,
thank you very much. Okay, Sylvester Choloplay at the South Beach, the Monrovia Central Prison.
Following a number of lawmakers arriving here to release the 4 jail lawmakers here at the Monrovia Central Prison. jubilation at the Monrovia Central Prison. So, folks, what you are seeing, supporters, loyalists of the full jail lawmakers are just before the Monrovia Central Precinct jubilating. And these supporters are being led by former lawmaker of District Number 8, Monrovia County, Moses Akaras Gray, right here. Akaras Gray is jubilating for the release of those full lawmakers, especially the former speaker, Honorable J. Funati Kofa. But let's talk to so, how do you feel now about this situation, sir? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel about the situation?
I mean, I feel very well. That's the rule of law. They request for rule of law. That's the rule of law. When you request for rule of law, that's the rule of law.
So, do you think it is a rule of law that is at work now?
Oh, of course, yeah. They did it for me. When I told George Bian is not living with I can't support him for presidential. He grabbed me and threw me for me, yeah. That's the rule of law.
So, are you saying it's fair that the lawmakers were brought here as well? Do you think it is fair the lawmakers are brought here as well?
It is fair. The law is the law. The law supersedes everybody, no matter who you are.
What I say it is a political mission. What I say it is a political mission.
But that's how you interpret. You interpret based on your understanding. You interpret based on your understanding. We interpret it by the law. The law that government got the law in the country like the law. I interpret it based on the law.
What's the reliance? What's the reliance?
My reliance is the law.
Which law is it?
My reliance is the law. Okay, no. We will go and you soup. Student leader, don't go there. I saw that kind of question.
We want to know. You said.
Are you joining the other people who are here? Are you joining the other people who are here
What do you
celebrating?
expect from the outcome of this entire thing? That's why you're looking at the law, but these are lawmakers, people who are pushing the agenda of the country.
We saw here with former Senator Roland Khan. He went against the law. They heard Judicial Senate, they wrote them and they brought him here. So is it a new story? It's not. We saw it with John Marshall Brown from Jamaica. He was brought here as lawmaker. So is it a law?
Do you believe that the evidence that the police bring they have to their possession is sufficient
It was
to declare these
sufficient.
people as the one responsible?
My grandfather told me something. He said, what you not eat with anything that you will now be part and parcel of it. But once you are part and parcel of it, one man will take it, 2 men, 3 men at home. The people got the evidences. I be honest when you got the evidences.
Why in case the state can win this case?
My brother, this case is the first challenging case with the Baga government. We will do everything humanly possible to win the case. And under no circumstances, tell the children we're not bringing a rep back here. Because why? We are not taking no point in.
Well,
No insurance bond.
it is their right.
And that's what they have to try to deny your right. You think you deny your right?
So that means
I'm a son of a corporate lawyer. I read the book more than
so how does that justify your knowledge?
have you been able to jail? When you are here to jail and we be the higher people, we bear to court as much as many times. When you are here, you're not afraid. Once you appear to court 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you're not afraid.
Okay, thank you.
All the business that it is the judge that will determine the violation of their book. Now you and myself. Now you and myself.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we continue to speak to more supporters who have come here to witness the release of the jail full lawmaker here. Monrovia Central Prison.
was nice talking to you again. I'm Jeremiah Wule for the Banner FM. It was nice talking to you on the Banner FM. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Jeremiah Wule.
So, Moses,
Chodo, we are not hearing Gray. Yeah, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
The internet is buffering, but Sylvester Chodo played there at the Monrovia Central building, South Beach, where all lawmakers are expected to be released in a couple of minutes. We are told at 12 o'clock prompt, they will be released from jail on a property valuation bond. Yeah, so once we reconnect with Sylvester, we're going to take more interviews from him with, supporters and non-supporters giving their perspectives of the happening there at the Monrovia Central Prison. But this is Spawn TV Live. This is a special coverage of what we caption as the appearance of the former speaker and others in court, but that did not happen anymore. They are expected now to be released at 12 p.m. today. A bond was secured by their lawyers. We don't yet know the details of that bond, but once we get hold of the document, of course, we are going to tell you some of the details or the content of the bond. But all we can say now, that bond is a property valuation bond. But there are still many questions that are yet to be answered by the court or by legal luminaries. And of course, maybe the Spoon Talk will host some lawyers or counselors later on today to give their own perspectives about some of those issues. But James, I mean, you've been following the entire process. The lawmakers are expected to be released at 12 o'clock. Did you foresee this?
Yes, I knew they were going to be released today because that is the legal process. As long as a bill is filed, you definitely have to release the person in prison if it is a non-bailable offense. So they have to be bailed out today, and I think that's the law. The law is the law. You cannot bend the law.
Okay, so let's just bring Sylvester Chodo in to know what's happening at the South Beach.
Sylvester, what's the update?
A Spoon TV, we are the person, as you can see here. Carry officers are posted just before the entrance of the Monrovia Central Prison. A number of lawmakers are already to release those 4 jail lawmakers. That's according to Representative Musa Hassan Bedete. Supporters are all gathering to see the process.
Okay, they are very good.
So there you have the former speaker, Honorable Jeff Fonati Kofa, coming out of the Honorable Kofa. Honorable Kofa, how was the state? Honorable Jeff Fonati Kofa, he has been released. The speaker, the former speaker of the House of Representatives. So, Fox School TV, the former speaker, Honorable Jeff Radikoba is out. As you can see, and we are waiting to see the other three lawmakers.
He's expected to speak to the press anytime soon. District number 2.
Can you just be answering? So,
just step out of there.
Honorable Speaker, welcome to the media. How do you feel coming out of the Monrovia Central President? How do you feel? And how was the 2 days or 2 nights you spent in jail?
I feel okay. Are you going out?
Are you going out?
Are you being good out? Are you being good out? Okay. So is there no disappointment so far? Is there no disappointment against Tito? What's the disappointment?
Honorable Speaker, do you have disappointment? Gentlemen, at the headquarters of the CDC will be there. We don't want to say at the headquarters of the CDC.
Okay, so folks, that's it here.
Honorable Jeff Radikoba,
We are witnessing the departure. We are witnessing the departure
the Monrovia Central President. He's been heavily accompanied by hurricane of the opposition, CDC, and there you have the Senator Nathaniel Magel and Moses Akarangbe. The speaker. Former Speaker, Jeff Radikoba, is finally making his way out. Former Speaker, Jeff Radikoba, is finally making his way out of the Monrovia Central Prison. Our former President George Weah arrived at the top of justice in solidarity to those lawmakers, but with special emphasis to former Speaker Jeff Radikoba, protest and continues to be in a jubilant mood here at the Monrovia Central Prison.
Choroble?
Professor, are you there?
Choroble, are you there?
So, folks, Spoon TV, we are coming to just. So what they have a speed now. So that was, you see the departure of the former speaker.
Yeah, Chorobe, I think the guy have been released on the bond already. The lawyer, Councilor Massacre, and the others came and brought the bond release at the Central Prison. And they have been released. They are going home. The Councilor Massacre.
Okay, I think we lost Choro. Let's get Jurassic. Jurassic.
So there's a vehicle of Abu Kamara that's just leaving.
Okay.
So the speaker left already. So we're trying to.
Shut also. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so that was.
Okay, this is Dara. Honorable Musa.
See this fellow. This fellow, yes. This journalist just get off the vehicle. So terrible. Is this Santa Natana Magel?
The CDC legislative caucus. This is one of the electronic vehicles signed up. This is Papi Flomo, representing Papi Flomo. And that vehicle, I think it should be another lawmaker. Polo, Alenda, she's in this vehicle also.
Choroble.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. All 4 lawmakers were released today. They were all released.
That's why we have been told, but friendly speaking, when I saw the former speaker, Honorable Jeff Radikopa, leaving out of the Monrovia Central Prison, but we have also been told that the other 3 lawmakers were included. However, as a journalist here, I did not see the other three representatives leaving the Monrovia Central Prison, unlike Honorable Jeff Radikopa, but Darius Joe is also here, who has been with me. Darius, you witnessed the departure of the former speaker. Did you manage to see the other 3 lawmakers, the Abu Kamara and other lawmakers who were with the speaker?
Yes, I came in close proximity and I can confirm the former speaker vehicle had Reverend Jacob Debbie, they had Honorable Abu Bana Kamara, district 15, and the speaker was there. So the foreign vehicle had the other 2 lawmakers in it. So yes, I'm 100% sure from what we're hearing that none of them have been left at the Monrovia Central Prison because the property evaluation bond approved by the judge released all 4 of them. And I cannot speak about the procedure because our lawyer earlier signed for. So yes, that's it where you will see here.
All right, thank you, Dara. So yes, James, to answer your question, yes, all 4 lawmakers were free. However, on camera, we were unable to spot the immediate former Speaker of the House of Representatives, who is Honorable Jeff Funatikofa. But in conclusion, all 4 lawmakers were free based on bond filed by the opposition community.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, James, we are now leaving the Monrovia Central Prison.
Thank you. That was so beautiful, and thanks to the court for granting them bail. We will now follow the case as they go home. And okay, you were
Yeah,
saying
so
something.
we are told. Carlos Gray saying that the speaker will be making a formal statement.
Yeah,
He did not say the venue or the location, but I want to believe it's going to be at the
I heard
headquarters
him saying CDC headquarters.
CDC. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be at the headquarters of the CDC. So I don't know whether we're going to do a solo live
Yeah, I
or
think we will do that.
yeah. So
We already have Haji at the CDC headquarters.
Haji there. So let's hear from Haji quickly before we leave. Haji, if you are listening to us, tell us what's happening from your end right now. We see you are at the headquarters of the CDC. We see folks there jubilating apparently over the release of the 4 lawmakers. You want to tell us more, Haji? Haji Masale, okay. He's probably not.
I think we can call it a day.
Yeah, okay, folks. So that's it. It was a wonderful time being here, providing you full coverage of happenings in Monrovia at the Temple of Justice, the LNP headquarters, the Monrovia Central Prison, and of course, the headquarters of the CDC. We'd like to appreciate all of our reporters who were posted, giving us live updates from their various locations. Haji Masale and Rose McKeever were together earlier on at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. Rose was left there alone, providing updates. Eventually, we had Diamond Slanger, Jurassic Joe, and the rest of the team there at the Temple of Justice. Jurassic later on headed to the South Beach, where Sylvester Cholople was already posted, giving us live updates from about happenings there. So it's been a wonderful time. So just to recap, some of the happenings today. So the biggest news is that the speaker and the former speaker and 3 others have been released on a property evaluation bond by their lawyers. And of course, the case is not yet over. It's not yet finished. A prosecution process continues. So it's been a wonderful time. You can join us another time. We're going to be doing a slow live from the headquarters of the CDC, where the released former speaker will be speaking to the public. But it's been a wonderful time. I've been here with James. James, is there anything you want to say finally before we leave?
Well, basically, there's not much. I just want to appreciate the government of Liberia through the court system. This is what we call the law. Let the law take its place. We should not bend the law because we have, a grudge or whatever against a certain group of people. And yes, the case is now over. We hope there's going to be another update where we will know when will be the next hearing. And I hope this case will be one of the very first cases that will come forward, because the people of Liberia want to know who burned the Capitol. The people of Liberia want to know who burned the Capitol. Let the government or let the court system go through this case very fast. At least in the next 2-3 months, we want to know who burned the Capitol. If those accused are the one who burned the Capitol, let them bear the penalty. If they are not the one who burned the Capitol, let them go, let them be free men, and let's get to know who burned the Capitol at the end of the day. That's all the Liberian people want to know. They don't care about what the CDC is saying or what the Unity Party is saying. All the Liberian people want to know who burned their Capitol. And only the court now can tell us exactly who's wrong and who's right in this case. Yeah,
So,
thank you.
only the court can tell us the actual perpetrator. And that must be backed by evidence from the government. So it's been a wonderful time. You can join us another time for another special, coverage like this. We hope to be here to again, bring you updates on behalf of the entire production team here. My name is Yekezi Zwobe. Bidding you a pleasant goodbye from ODS Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. Bye bye.